because we forget that part about win-win, that it's win-win or no deal.
Yeah.
So
I think it's when people discover they can't find a win-win that they might go into the win-lose. Like, well, if we can't win together, then I'm voting your ass off the island.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that or they get smaller or they don't stay in dialogue. They don't go, hey, you know what? This doesn't work right now, but let's stay in dialogue and maybe it works in 2 years, 3 years. Maybe we can come up with something in the long run. So with win-win or no deal, no deal basically means that if we can't find a solution that would benefit us both, we agree to disagree agreeably. No deal.
Yeah.
No expectations have been created. No performance contracts established. I don't hire you or we don't take on a particular assignment together because it's obvious that our values and our goals are going in opposite directions.
Yeah.
It is so much better to realize this up front instead of downstream when expectations have been created and both parties have become disillusioned. You shared the story about when Amy came on board and you were going to bring her in as the listing agent. And then you discovered that her life was not conducive to that, right?
Correct.
What if in that moment, y'all would have been like, oh, but we're so far down the road, we're just going to force it. It wouldn't have worked for her. It wouldn't have worked for y'all. Y'all would not have been in a relationship this many. You wouldn't, so that's where,
Well, so either that, she'd have left her out of fired her.
That's right.
Because whenever, like I'm hiring someone to get back my time, but she's like, oh, well, I got to go pick up my kid at 3:30 every day. And I'm like, well, there's an appointment at 3, which now means I have to go on the appointment. So I'm paying you to go pick up your kid while I have to go do your job now.
And can you imagine how much?
And then it would have been
or if she would go at 3, now there's a resentment. So either way, it was going to end up with loss. Y'all wouldn't be a relationship together.
Correct.
You wouldn't, all these things.
We corrected ship at that time, no matter how hard it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
And because it's courage. People think, and I cannot express this enough, courage is not acting in the absence of fear. That doesn't take courage.
Yeah.
Courage is acting in the presence of fear. Courage is having that conversation that you're like, I'd really rather not have because I don't want to offend them or I really like them or blah, blah, blah. I don't know the outcome. So when you have no deal as an option in your mind, you feel liberated because you have no need to manipulate people, to push your own agenda, to drive for what you want.